Pada 31 Ogos 1957, seluruh rakyat menantikan 7 laungan merdeka di Stadium Merdeka.
Merdeka! 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 Merdeka!
During the 1951 Kuala Lumpur municipal elections, UMNO decided to join the Malayan Chinese Organisation MCA to woo voters. This formula of racial cooperation saw the establishment of the Alliance Party that eventually won the first Malaya elections in 1955. Tunku Abdul Rahman became Malaya's first chief minister and began negotiations with the British for independence. Following the favourable recommendations of the Reid Commission, the Tunku arrived home from London with the good news that independence would finally come to Malaya. Between the years 1955 to 1957, the Tunku and his cabinet prepared the Malayan Constitution, discussed the administration of justice, cemented racial harmony in the country, and resolved to beat the communists. The Tunku led the nation when shouted Merdeka 7 times at the newly built Merdeka Stadium on the 31st of August 1957. The independence of Malaysia is different from much of the independence of other countries because it's a peaceful independence achieved by holding talks with the British. No other countries have ever done that before Malaysia. Additionally, the Malaysian independence was realized by 3 people with different culture and religion. The federation was renamed Malaysia in 1963 when besides Singapore and all the Malay states it also included 2 areas in North Borneo, Sarawak and Sabah. Singapore opted out and went its own way in 1965.
Malaysian history. Malaysia is located on a strategic sea land that exposes it to global trade and various cultures. Strictly, the name Malaysia is a modern concept, created in the second half of the 20th century. However, contemporary Malaysia regards the entire history of Malaya and Borneo, spanning thousands of years back to prehistoric time, as its own history, and as such it is treated in this page. An early Western account of the area is seen in Ptolemy book Geographia, which mentioned a golden crescent, now identified as the Malay Peninsula. Hindu and Buddha from India and China dominate early regional history, reaching their peak during the reign of the Sumatra Basri Vijaya civilization, whose influence extended through Sumatra, Java, the Malay Peninsula, and much of Borneo from the 7th to the 13th centuries. Although Muslims had passed through the Malay Peninsula as early as the 10th century, it was not until the 14th century that Islam first firmly established itself. The adoption of Islam in the 14th century saw the rise of a number of sultanates, the most prominent of which were the Sultanate of Malacca and Sultanate of Brunei. Islam had a
teenagers not being interested in celebrating Independence Day. It is because teenager is more lack of the awareness of the importance of the spirit of nationalism in the future. This is probably because the younger generation is more focused on effort of accumulate wealth and luxury of life. For example, owning properties and vehicles. The younger generation is also less exposed to the historical knowledge and historical background of their nation. They only study current history according to the syllabus of the education system without appreciating that history. The youngest generation is also more concerned with individualistic life. The preoccupation with the challenge of this globalized will cause them to be more passionate about the luxury lifestyle than to think about aspects of conscience and to be actively involved as part of the community. The way teenagers want to celebrate National Day and Independence is by holding international speeches, because teenagers also have the right to voice their opinions about the country. Next, produce patriotic films, because as we know, today's teenagers love entertainment. So with the instances of films like this can attract their interest. After that, establish a history association club, no matter in school or an educational institution and colleges, as now the government has made it compulsory for every student taking SPM to pass history subjects. College and institution of higher learning can also move to make it compulsory for every student to take history and compulsory subject. With this, students can further strengthen their knowledge of history in life. Then, emphasizing the aspect of patriotic spirit in the curriculum in schools and institutions of higher learning. As in 2019, YB6 Study has organized a program, Future Leader School, that allows teenagers to participate and learn the ins and outs of government. Next, the government through the relevant agency must strive to strengthen museums throughout the country. By organizing open exhibitions, teenagers can also expose on social media. Then offer cheap price to students so that they are interested and participate. Then hold a Malaysian Day celebration by bringing artists to make performance related to Malaysia Day. Because with that they can gather together to celebrate it and will be able to attract the interest of teenagers. But in this day and age, there is a COVID-19 pandemic that makes Malaysians unable to celebrate Malaysia Day as usual, because they need to maintain social distance in order to avoid this widespread COVID-19.
Sebuah bangsa merdeka jauhlah daripada rendah diri dan hipokrasi, mimpi malam kolonialisme yang ngeri, keluh kesah hak asasi, menghilang identiti diri. Untuk sebuah bangsa merdeka luas dalam horizon perjuangan, tiada lupa akar bangsa serta sejarah yang mengalurkan nama megahnya, tiada lupa tentang jerit bahasa. Untuk sebuah bangsa merdeka teruslah bergelut dengan dilema yang mengganggu citra unggul, semakin kuat ditekan, makin kemas berpegang kepada ikatan. Bukan nama simbol keris merdeka, tapi semangatnya menjadi tajam hingga akhirnya. Seperti sebuah jarak padang terbuka, tetapi berani dengan kewujudan dirinya. Seorang yang memahami tangis bangsa, monolog pada dirinya sendiri, bersyukur kepada hari-hari lalunya.
This is dedicated to the heroic fighters in the cause of peace and freedom. May the blessings of Allah be upon them.
Ini adalah gambaran pahlawan-pahlawan yang berjuang untuk keamanan negara dan membebaskan tanah air yang tercinta.
Is Negara Zawani. The spirit of patriotism can help the development of society and economic development. The implementation of government policies and vision easily because it has initiative to develop the country. The tourist industry can also be developed. The country is sovereign and respected by the people. The country can take further steps to achieve a developed country not only from the economic aspect but the identity of the nation. The goal of the Council of Presidency is to form a people who are patriotic and have nation personality. Bye.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Putri Hani Rizani binti Abdul Rahman. So, we as the teenagers need to appreciate Malaysian Day because if not us, who else? For students who are stuck in campus, I hope you guys doing well and stay healthy. I also hope you guys can return home safe and sound. So, hashtag siswa jaga siswa. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Putri Bakis binti Muhammad Sofian. Okay, so we as Malaysians need to maintain the spirit of unity and goodwill and patriotism. Not only when celebrating Independence Day on 31 August and Malaysian Day on 16 September. Okay? Thank you for watching our video. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Widatul Humairah. So in conclusion, as a Malaysian, we must appreciate our national day and because it is an important day for us Malaysians. And as teenagers, we must speak up our opinion because our opinion matter. And it is not a content. Social distancing and hashtag kerja kita. Thank you for watching.